shoot. You know what? I forgot. I need to do something real quick. Oh. Let's see here. Transform, center on screen. There you go. Alright, let's just test one thing. Alright. Rock on. There you go. Okay, we're good. Alright, let's go to live. Oh, yeah, okay. Alright. Just had a I didn't have my alert box on my skill toy stream yesterday. On my skill toy scene. I felt like a dope. Anyway, so we are gonna get our announcement set out. Hey, Will, how you doing? Wow, you guys are...
Hello, hello.
You guys are already there.
Yes, yes, we are.
So,
Well, I mean, you know, we saw the bat signal.
You know, someone put something in the chat saying setting up.
And you're like, oh, get it, get it!
That tab? Oh, great, thanks. I don't want an ancient sword, but okay.
Let's see here.
Just get rid of that. I got 3-player commendations!
Nice.
Yes, I was playing late mage. Yes, I'm seeing your chat feed on the stream, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this is interesting.
I know it's interesting. Fine.
Was that a test follow or a...
Yeah, that was a test follow because I realized last night I did not have my stream alerts set up on my skill toy thing, and I was going to do it first thing, but then I kind of forgot. So, well, I was going to do it before I started, but then I forgot. So I was like, well, might as well just do it now, and we'll kind of figure this out as we go. All right.
Oh,
Thanks.
I was able to get White Mage to 44th that last stone visual run. Hooray! Now I can run the male Darkhold for 3 levels, then do Aurum Veil for 4 levels, and hate my life because we'll make you do Aurum Veil at some point. Saint, of course.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Just as a new player hazing.
Oh,
Ritual.
new player hazing.
Yes, everyone has to do Aurum Veil.
You have a story to tell.
I don't.
And maybe you thought
I'm ready for anything. You kidding me? I do triathlons. Anything. I'm ready for anything.
You are not prepared.
I'm
You
never.
sweet, sweet summer child.
I'm never prepared. Oh no, not on the mems. Not on the mems. Let's see here. There you go. I've already been called out on someone's channel for continuously posting my stream to the wrong channel. But no one's really posted anything there for like months. So I think it was someone who was just randomly perusing and they're like, "Oh, okay, well, how long have you been posting on the wrong one?" I'm like, "Oh crap, it's been like a week." Oh man. Anyway, all right. I'm logging in. I must say, I was a little amused tonight I was checking on Twitter, and apparently Blizzard has broken their silence over the whole support HK debacle.
Yeah.
Let's just say I have been following politics and have been very fluent in political bullcrap for the past 10 years. And if there is anything I have learned, is that when someone or some corporate entity says, let me be clear, this had nothing to do with X, Y, or Z, it definitely has to do with X, Y, or Z. They actually said in their press report, let us be clear, this had nothing to do with our business dealings in China. It's like, okay, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Oh, man. I just laugh at this because I'm just like, how dumb do you think people are? How many people in China play your games? How many billions of people are in China that play your games?
Okay, Farrell, I need you to tell me, looking at your chat log, which instance did it put you in?
One.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, instanced area Mordana 1. Okie dokie.
Traveling to instance 1.
Instance Juan. Okay. Let me think. You took your book out and it sounded like you unsheathed a sword.
Yes.
'Cause reasons.
Because I glamored one of the high Allegan.
I guess
grimoire
that's a metal clasp I see right there.
It's a very metal book, yes.
Oh, okay. It's a full metal.
Yeah,
Even?
something like that. It's from the A Realm Reborn raid series. This is from...
That guy does not look like he's comfortable.
Oh no, he's very comfortable.
How can that be comfortable?
What?
Well, because you see, first they beat him up, and then they just pour him into the suit because you can do that with mashed potatoes.
So this is from Second Coil of Bahamut, turn 4. I need to go.
I'm gonna be here all week, Farrell.
I need to go farm Final Coil turn 4 to get the 135 weapons for glamour.
All right, let's see here. No, J, right? Okay.
J would be the quested log. You need to go and talk to Slaffborn right there, because you forgot to pick up the next quest.
Oh yeah, that is correct. Escape! Escape! I must escape!
Meanwhile, I'll just sit here and read this grimoire on the theories of arcanism, summoning, something.
something dog side.
Yeah, that.
Garlemont,
To
you
unleash
came!
the power of the dark side. Do this. Followed by taking this ingredient, putting it in there, then follow that.
And then
dunk
you
the
do the
person's head
hokey
in the barrel,
pokey, and you turn
and
yourself around, and
drum
that's
them.
how you summon the devil.
After person has been drowned in concoction, remove person and allow to dry 20 minutes. Okay, sensible. Who wants to volunteer?
So I'm gonna try and I'm going to attempt to become sponsored for triathlons. There is a company called Zoot, which is the same company that makes my running shoes. They have a it's more of a brand ambassador program. So if I get on the team, I essentially, like, the only gimmick is I have to pay $150 to get kind of a big old gift pack worth of stuff. And if it has what I think it is, if I has what I think it has, it's going to be well over like $300-400 worth of gear. And then on top of that, you get heavy discounts at the store, and you get good discounts with other companies that are affiliated with Zoot. So that's like bike companies, nutrition companies, clothing companies, shoes, and stuff like that.
But the real question here, you said the company name is Zoot, right?
I know. Do they sell suits?
And does it cause a riot?
Well, I will say their triathlon suits are rather snazzy. They are not plain at all. And I'm a riot. I mean, when I get with people, I mean, we go downtown, we have a couple drinks, and then we just go around and start smashing stuff. You know? And then I tell a funny joke, and they go, ha ha, Farrell, you're a riot. I go, no, you're a riot. Get it?
Uh-huh.
That's an old Dane Cook reference. I'm sorry. Dane Cook was a stand-up comedian. Or I guess he still is.
Wait, didn't he marry Veronica Mars or something like that?
I don't know. Heck if I know.
Someone Google that for us. Is our request for information to be Googled still outstanding? Did someone find... What was it that we asked last night to be Googled?
Whether Little Nemo, the anime, or the video game came out first.
That's right. That's right.
Paul went and looked that up.
Yeah, he did, and I don't remember the answer.
I don't either. I
Okay.
didn't really care in the first place.
Oh, you need to watch that movie. You need to watch that movie. It's a good movie. It's solid.
I don't do anime.
Well, you don't do barbecue sauce either, and I still don't hold that against you.
Okay, wait. Okay. See, when he said that he does not watch anime, I was going to give the response of, and that is why you fail. But then when when it's learned he does not do barbecue sauce, that trumps not watching anime in reasons that he failed.
Oh, here, let me look back here out of my back pocket here. Oh, here's a better trump card. Okay. Operator, what do you put on your steaks?
Steak sauce, if I'm going to eat steak sauce. Or barring that, ketchup.
Ah! You put ketchup on steaks.
And then it goes with everything.
No, it doesn't.
Well,
I
sure,
say nay. It does not go with
It
every
goes with
meat-like substance.
Yeah, it does.
Nah, bruh.
I've yet to find one it doesn't. And the ones that might just be because those are the meats that I don't eat. But
Your taste buds have been enslaved for years to mediocrity.
I mean,
No, I
you
seriously.
call it mediocrity. I call it simpleness. I like simple foods, man.
Do you want me to call you a potato or a potot?
No, I'm not a potato. I'm a cure.
Oh,
Get it
well,
straight.
well, I'm a meat popsicle, so we'll just move on from there. That is seriously the best scene. Have you seen Fifth Element?
Of course.
Yes, a long time ago.
Oh, that movie is so good. It's like one of the best like pure sci-fi films. I mean, it's not billed as a serious sci-fi film, but it is actually legitimately a serious sci-fi film.
I mean, The Fifth Element has one of the jewels of the acting world. It has
Yeah.
one of God's gift to men.
Chris Tucker.
No. Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Have we been on the same dialogue for the past 5 minutes?
Yes. Because I'm trying to
Uh-huh.
be engaged in the conversation and actually read what's going on here.
Yeah, this is why we take forever to get you through this.
I know. That was such a cheesy grin on Sid there. That's enough storytelling for one day. You're telling me. Why is she not wearing pants?
And all that backstory about him, never going to matter because we're never going to talk with him in the story of Pearl ever again.
Oh. Darn.
Same thing with Sark Malark. They built
Must
both
put
of
it
them
on to
up,
Gaius's
they just-
ambitions.
and then they just dropped them. It's like, why?
But remember, you're not wearing pants because you have your AF pant.
Yes,
My AF pants?
the artifact gear.
Oh.
I'm not sure why we call it AF.
Artifact.
I would think we would call it AG. Just
Yeah, you'd
artifact
think.
gear.
I'm assuming that it's a Japanese term and it loses something in translation, but that is
Maybe.
only speculation on.
But it does really work because the Japanese use syllabaries, so it'd be more like there would be another vowel following the F, typically, with the way they abbreviate things a lot of the time.
Like I said, something lost in translation.
Yeah, like an entire sound.
Alright, you stupid frogs. Leave me the frick alone.
Well, there's very simple solutions to that. Stay far away from them, or overlevel them by 10 levels plus 1.
Why didn't you just say 11?
Because it makes more sense that way. Be 10 levels above them plus 1. Where are we going?
Right here.
Oh. You will need to be wearing the gear.
Oh, I
but
know.
First, we need to kill stuff.
Shoot them in the face.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Something's wrong here. My mouse isn't set up right. Hold up. Something is definitely wrong. My mouse isn't... Hold up. Let's see here. Oh, I thought I fixed this.
Well, everything's dead, so you're safe for the time being.
Ugh, I will say
Ready for the
this is
party?
the one thing. Okay, there you go.
The
Because you're
one
going into
thing.
it.
The one thing that has annoyed me the most about Windows 10 is that it screws with your permissions so bad, and it's like, okay, why are you doing this to me? You don't have to do this.
I, for one, accept our new Windows overlord.
You would, pervert. Okay, how do I make this? How do I make this thing work?
Wait, did you guys see?
You want
didn't-
the helm and chest piece slots. Yes?
Did you guys hear me say something? I don't think I said anything.
You said something about accepting Windows overlords?
No, I would never say that. Yeah, yes, I did.
All right.
Yeah,
And
you
she's
can
still
sit
not
and
wearing
you're done.
pants.
We'll get you the artifact chest piece, and that will fix everything
Okay.
at level 50. Because it's going to go down to, like, your feet. And then there's not
No.
an issue. And then we
No,
can farm you
the-
some poetics.
The ARR White Mage does not go down to his.
Huh.
You're thinking of Heaven's Ward or Stormblood.
How long is the Realm Reborn then?
It goes down to mid calf, I think.
So still pretty long.
Long enough.
Well, longer than what she's currently wearing.
And once we get you through the MSQ dungeons, you'll have a ton of poetics available to you. We can run some more stuff to get you some more poetics. And then we can get you item level 120 stuff that can be augmented to item level 130. Which will be the best stuff you can have going into Heaven's Work. It also isn't the worst looking stuff.
You have spirit. That I will allow.
Yes, you do. You have spirit. How about me?
Least of all, yourself.
Okay. So you're actually going to fulfill the title today.
What? I'm gonna ask them if they want to have some fine leather jackets.
No, you're going to save her.
Does anybody understand that reference?
No. No, not at all.
Oh, so sad.
You're still not in the instance, by the way. You're still sitting right outside here with just waiting on the cutscene.
Oh, I know.
You would have saved yourself.
Look, he's listening to Livia St. Junius. Sas Junius.
Livia Sus Julius. The, words to,
Stop it! What has that hot chick done to you? No! There's a shortage of perfectly good midriffs in this world. Don't damage hers.
Am I the only one that thinks Minfelia looks a little bit like Barbie?
As you wish, my dear.
You're
Yes,
kinda not
because
wrong.
I think no, you are, because I don't think she looks a little like Barbie. I think she looks a lot like Barbie.
So I'm not the only one.
Be so kind as to deliver the
Like,
prisoners
seriously,
to
it's just
Castrum
playing through Realm
Arrival.
Reborn. I just could not get this comparison out of my head. It's like,
Yes, milady.
why is Barbie leading the Silence of the Seventh Dawn? Oh well.
I hope that was gas pains. That kind of sounded like she was gonna have a baby.
Definitely not that.
I've been through 2. I know what that sounds like.
You,
I've been through 2 childbirths.
your wife has. You have
That's
not.
exactly what I was thinking.
I've been in the room next to her.
Okay. So
The first
you
one, I got
witnessed
through the
him.
whole thing. The second one, I got through about 3/4. I was about to pass out and had to take a mulligan on the couch for the rest of it.
Mhm.
I will see if I can get through... Yeah, whatever. Alright, let's see here.
I wonder if I go in there if you're actually in the world.
I doubt it.
But the question is, am I of the world?
Well, yes. I mean, you're the warrior of light. You are in and of the world.
Oh.
Or do you
Actu-
seem to not so much be of it, so as be above it?
I am like a dog shining bright. Wee.
I'm definitely not seeing you in here. Grabbing a lot of attention from the Imperials, though. Let's set up and kill them all. Nothing in here is a match for a summoner.
Yoink. All right, there you go, buddy. What does this button do, George?
Just the self-destruct button, Pinky.
All right, here we go. Through the door, through the door, through the door. Duty calls.
Duty.
Hee
Hmm. Actually, I'm surprised I didn't see you in there in that case. Maybe I just didn't run into you.
No.
Or maybe you go from one instance to another. Funny thing is, if they manage to get out of those binds, or binds? Anyways, if they manage to get out of their, yes, bindings. If they manage to get out of the bindings, they all have their weapons, so...
I know. What? How? That is
how
like
convenient.
that is like the worst prisoner thing ever.
Yeah, but see, the prison is like an anime or gaming convention. All the weapons are peacebound. So they wouldn't have been able to use them. Maybe. I guess.
There's going to be some questions that need answering in a few minutes.
Rawr.
Like, right now.
Wait, what questions?
About Will's, peacebound theory. Like, how exactly is that supposed to work when we start, doing what we're about to do?
I'm not saying that my theories work. I'm just grasping for straws.
More plausible theory, they wanted them to escape. Motive for wanting that, I don't know.
But I mean, honestly, you should be given the option of who you save rather than saving everyone.
Why?
Because at this point in the story, had I been given the option, I would have let one person remain in prison.
Uh-huh.
The true big bad evil genius of the of the
Hey, Alex, how you doing, man? Thank you for the Green Star raid. How goes things in the land of Mario? Booyah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say things in the land of Mario involve the princess being in a different castle.
We're sorry, Mario. Your princess is at a different castle. Please don't come back.
Let's see here. I will say, though, I really like Minfilia's, like, dress pants thing. I think that's really cool looking, I must say.
That's okay, they'll change it.
Oh, dang it. Why can't we have nice things in this world?
Everyone gets new attire eventually.
So it's like Ruby. Almost every season they have a brand new outfit.
Yeah, I've never watched Ruby, so I couldn't tell you.
Drives the cosplayers bananas. Cosplayers are like, ah, no, I just...
Everyone will have had at least one costume change if they make it to Shadowbringers by Shadowbringers.
If they make it.
Yes, if they make it.
Oh, man, Comet
Some
Mission
even go
boss
through
rush.
2 or 3.
Right, have to keep them fresh. I mean, they have to eventually wash their clothes. I mean, right? You know, this isn't like the old days of the JRPGs where they just have one clothing set for the entire game.
Yeah.
Look, even the NPCs understand that glamour is the true endgame.
Of course. Which is why I solo Bahamut for glamour.
No wonder it's
Because
called the
glamour.
Phantom Train. It's no wonder it's called the Phantom Train. No passenger would be seen dead on it.
It's not for passengers.
No.
There actually was a Phantom Train raid in
Well-
Stormblood.
Well, the question is, can you suplex it?
No.
No, unfortunately.
Though, speaking of suplexes, something else I am going to enjoy watching you play through.
Final Fantasy VI?
I
No.
don't play World Wrestling Federation games.
Which game were you looking forward to?
Oh, no. It's Final Fantasy 14.
Oh. I don't... Are we talking
Hildebrand.
about Hildebrand?
Yes.
Okay. There is some suplexing in Hildebrand. Which you have to do the Hildebrand quest lines.
Yes, you do.
Tiki 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 tiki.
Though I will say, from what I remember, the ARR ones are the ones most.
The Stormblood ones are pretty good too. Especially the trial. People still have a hard time with that one if you get it in the trials for that.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, sadly, the Heavens Ward branch of the Hildebrand quest line is.
It wasn't that great, but it was alright. And honestly, Hildebrand is not one of my favorite quest lines.
No.
Just- Too much slapstick humor for me.
Well, yeah, but if you go in expecting that, or
Mhm.
having no clue that that's what you get, and it just catches you off guard, then it's actually quite refreshing.
I would say if you don't enjoy slapstick humor, you have to go in expecting it to be able to enjoy it. If you go in not knowing it's there and just get that much slapstick humor out of nowhere, because this game does not have a lot of slapstick humor outside of Hildebrand, it's going to be quite off-putting. At least it was for me.
But you don't appreciate good comedy.
I just
Which is
don't
why I
appreciate
expect
slapstick
you
humor.
to be. I expect you to be able to enjoy it, and I want to see you play through.
I enjoy comedy. I just prefer the darker kind of comedy. Just not too morbid. There are some ones that I don't cross.
I can't remember, Farrell. I think you said that you have played through Final Fantasy
Which one?
5.
Yes, I have, but that was
Oh.
a long.
Yes.
When did I
There's-
play through that one?
There's a ton of Final Fantasy V references in the Hildebrand questline, specifically to a specific character. That guy's invulnerable. You need to go find something to deactivate. Actually, you might need to find multiples. It'll be quite a ways away from him, too, in the area. It's not that.
Looks like this has a green thing.
It'll have some text above it. Yeah, the Magitech field generator.
Gotta get another one. All right. Shoot. Another one. Great, now I'm kiting it.
Yep, you've got to find the field generators for that as well.
That's what I'm
They won't be in the
trying.
same places, sadly. It's one of the more obnoxious parts of this.
It's gotta be back here then.
This instance takes a bit. Mainly because we've got to track down Magitech field generators to get out of it.
So I tell you, I ordered my wife's anniversary presents today online. And so of course I text her while she's at work and I tell her that, you know, it's been ordered. And so when she gets home, you know, she's asking, so wait, did you get me this? Or did you get me this? And I'm like, I'm not telling you. Which I'm actually proud of myself because I usually break down and just, you know, I can't keep a secret. Especially when it comes to stuff that I'm buying for her. And so of course we're talking and, you know, I ask her, well, you know, you can keep guessing. I'm not going to tell you one way or another, but, you know, I'm interested to hear what your guesses are. And so, you know, she says, well, I know you're not getting me this one thing because that's just not something that you would ever think to get me. And I have to make sure that Farrell does not make a clip of this, but what she stated that,
Okay.
what she stated that I would never get for her.
Good thing she doesn't watch, right?
I don't know if she knows who Farrell is.
Yeah, so it's a good thing she doesn't watch.
Well, a family that watches the Pharaoh together stays together. You know.
I suppose.
What families watch you together?
None.
Exactly.
Actually, Manda's kids do sometimes.
Huh. So you one.
Juan.
One.
One whole family. More enemies. More enemies there. More enemies over there. And more enemies over there.
Enemies
Oh no. What shall we do?
everywhere.
Well, we're going to cutscene it.
Take the leader, kill the rest.
Save them, save them.
Oh, nice timing, Ishtola.
The Astola! Pray, forgive us our delay.
Wow, that was belabored.
Nicely played, Ida.
Shoryuken!
Papolino!
Good job, Lise.
Ida!
What took you so long?
Jerk.
Well, it's nice to see you too.
While you're all bantering, there's a crap load of enemies everywhere.
The reunion must wait.
Yeah, no crap, Sherlock.
Right. First
And
things
everyone's
first.
just letting their guard down so that their allies can take care of enemies for
Let's
them.
get back to being
Right.
heavily outnumbered.
Durr.
Papolino, you have black magic. Just cast fire
It's
2.
your Magitech armor.
You'll destroy
Excuse me,
all of these
it's all yours if
idiots.
you think you can do any better.
One jump ahead of the hitman. Durr. Nom.
There's no one in there.
She lives!
This is Sid. Can you hear me?
Rar.
I need you to count to 5, then jump. Understood?
Wait, from when?
Good question.
Durr.
1, 2,
Yep. Cue group countdown.
3.
So
But
wait,
I can
jump
only
on
count to
5,
4!
or
4.
I can only count to 4!
You don't have to do any
jump on
counting.
5 or count 5, then
I
jump.
can only count to
said
4.
count to 5, then
We
Thank
can
you,
only
Sid.
count to 4.
For what will become a far too overused rescue trope.
I know not which is more pitiful, the charlatans who rule Eorzea, or the masses that clamor
5 should be
for
the number of thy count,
impossible
and the number of thy count
panaceas.
should be 5.
I
1,
see that which
2,
you cannot.
4, 3, sir.
Okay,
3!
now remember, where's Thancred?
If you continue to deny this truth, it is the people
We didn't
who
find
will
Thancred
suffer.
there.
Embrace
He was also missing, remember?
Oh, right, right.
So, pay attention.
Oof.
How did they not land on the canopy of the Enterprise?
What
I
in
don't know.
seven hells? Oh no,
That'd be the
it's
ultimate weapon.
here.
Yep.
12 preservers. They finished it. Ultima weapon.
So it has a name.
It is a relic of ancient Alag, excavated from its resting place deep beneath Alamigo. The Alagans used it to crush primal and foe alike, and now the Garleans mean to do the same.
Damn you, Gaius! Look! There, beside the Black Wolf. An Ascian. An overlord, no less. His garb attests to that.
La Habrea.
An Ascian.
It could only be him.
So that we've established it's La Habrea.
I like the Ascians. They are a good second tier big
Thancred.
bad evil genius.
Ho ho, what is this?
Second tier, no. They're the masters behind the entire story.
Oh no. There is one person behind everything that is above even the
Was
Ascian.
La Habrea? No.
You haven't
No,
played
this
Shadowbringers
cannot
yet.
be.
Tataru.
Ah, yes, like my gravy, the plot thickens.
We have to go now! Hang on!
Lightspeed to Endor!
No!
Okay, quick reminder. I haven't seen this guy for a long time. Who?
So, Ascians survive, well, not survive, but how do I explain this? They
Okay.
basically parasitize other people's bodies. So their La Habrea has possessed Thancred.
Okay, got it.
All that time, the enemy was beside
So
me,
think of
and I
okay.
never
So
even suspected.
you remember the big crystal, Heidelin, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So she is, for all intents and purposes, the light.
Okay.
And to think
There
that it
is
was I who
also a
suggested that Thancred
counterpoint,
investigate the Ascians.
Zodiark,
Right.
who is
But
the
I've been
dark.
so blind.
The Ascians serve Zodiark.
Small wonder the enemy knew our every move and where to find us.
This will all be explained through the story later,
Okay.
especially Shadowbringers.
No, this is not the time
was
for
that buzzer?
self-doubt.
Laundry's
The
done.
Alliance leaders staked their hopes on
Ah.
the Scions, but now they believe us all dead
Alternately,
or missing.
ding, fries are done.
Yeah, no fries tonight. Just tiny girls' clothing. Yep. It's what happens when you haven't done your daughter's laundry for 2 weeks.
Cannot be certain what
Oh.
they will do.
You need to make sure that the tiny girls have clothing to wear.
Oh, they have plenty of clothing to wear, trust me. They have 2 weeks' worth of clothing to wear right now.
In addition to the laundry that's just been done,
No, that was finishing off the last of their stuff.
Situation
I
may
am
have
in
taken
some
an
haste,
ill
so
turn.
forgive me if I seem brusque. The item I requested, is it ready? Wonderful. I'm sorry to press, but we need it urgently. How soon can it be delivered?
There are 2
I am in your debt, my friend.
different conversations going on at once.
The battle is far from over, And so long as we stand
Well,
Yes.
together,
yes.
Alphino's talking
we
to
shall
them,
ever be
and we
hopeful
are
of
talking to
victory.
you.
Well,
Yes.
Minfilia is just having her own little personal conversation.
Oh yes, she's talking with someone on the link portal.
The people of
Wait,
Eorzea
you mean she
falter
can
for
use
want of
that
such
for a reason other
Let
than
us provide
come
it.
to the waking sand?
Let us bear to them
Yeah.
the tidings that the
Uh-huh.
sands of the seventh dawn
Yeah.
have returned.
Yes.
Oi.
Yes,
Matters
she can.
are coming to a head. I hope we can
She just
count
chooses
on you.
not to do that with you for some reason.
My regards to grandfather.
At least it will soon be.
I'm
Pray,
ready.
return to the
Let us
rising
pay a visit
suns.
to the Council of the Alliance leadership.
That steely gaze.
Yeah, Raldon's his usual cheery self.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta love Merle Webb.
Yep. She's kind of like the Glenn Close. She just kind of has that air about her, just like, do not piss me off.
Oh no, if I remember correctly, there is a point in which she does get pissed off. And those of whom piss her off regret it.
Yeah, you are not wrong, Alex, man. The pile of clothes never end. But the problem is, my wife is completely out of commission right now, so it's pretty much up to me to do everything. Like, my buddy invited me to go surfing tomorrow morning, and I already canceled my big bike ride just because my right calf is still not right yet. But looks like feet shots so far. They like the feet. I don't know what to say. But yeah, I mentioned to my wife that my buddy texted me to go surfing, and she's just like, yeah, no, you got too much going on tomorrow. I'm like, well, I don't have that much going on. She goes, no, the lawn needs to be tended to, the laundry needs to be done, this needs to be done. I was like, Cinderella, Cinderella, night and day, it's Cinderella.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, but that's okay though. No, I've been doing a lot of training and stuff, so I have been neglecting certain duties. So,
Duty.
thank you. 'Tis bad comedy.
Animo.
What the frick is that dress?
It's the height of old on fashion.
Yeah.
Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet.
No, she sat on Rabon's shoulder.
Frequently.
The person in black is a girl. Yeah, nope, that's a girl. Yep. Let's see here.
Alex, man, how dare you impinge on Mara Webb's honor? Of course, I mean, she is the finest specimen of femininity.
Femininity. She's got dirty pillows. Of course she's a woman. The hair doesn't look her, though. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, they could have done better there.
It's a little on the butch side. Just a little bit on the butch chop. Let's see here.
Fine, I'll try to talk Yoshi P into getting Meryl Webb an appointment with what's his name, Jandal.
Jondaline?
Oh no.
Wait, no.
Oh, no.
Jondaline's the other guy, isn't it?
Not that guy. Not that guy. Please. Anyone
See,
but
John,
anyone but that guy.
Jondaline the Astro Quest guy or the... I can't
The
remember.
esthetician.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, him.
Anyone but that guy, please. I can't handle that guy. I can't handle him. He's too much.
Well, yes, he would say that he's too much to handle.
I know, but the problem is when he's too much for me to handle, I start going into territory that might get me banned on Twitch.
Oh my.
No, as in like I'm mocking him relentlessly.
For his eccentric behaviors, I take it?
Yes.
Yes, I can see how that might be a problem with Twitch's moderation staff.
Yep.
Hashtag protect free speech.
Hashtag free Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Where the heck do I even want to go? Hustings? I don't even know where the frick I want to go. Oh, Hustings. Okay, we want to go to Hustings.
Hustling.
Hashtag free to play FF14.
I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon.
No, it's not. It's totally not.
You see, I stand by what I heard. I mean, I can't remember how accurate this is, but I remember hearing at some point that Yoshi P stated that Final Fantasy XIV will go free to play the day that WoW goes free to play.
Wow.
I don't see that happening either.
Nope. I want to get the alchemist job. I'm doing that real quick. Boing.
It is John Delane. That is the aesthetician's name.
So I was right.
Yes. I just couldn't remember. Oh yes, the Astro guy is Jonna Quinard. Don't forget to change it to the proper armor again, by the way, Farrell. You don't want to be wearing that no defense Imperial. Yes, Imperial. Yes,
Garbage. Garbage, I tell you, garbage.
That stuff is good for only one reason. Glamour.
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say panty shots, but we'll go with glamour.
I still can't. I still can't believe that I broke you last night.
I can't remember. What was that about again?
I named your legs
Yes.
Science.
That's right. I was going to clip that. I have to clip that part. That was a good one. Any Oingo Boingo reference is going to get me down. Okay. Alchemy. Blah, 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 blah.
Alchemy is mostly used to make potions.
Yes.
Potions are mainly used in raids. High-end raids is that.
Oh, okay.
So, nothing you'll be worrying about until after you've completed Shadowbringers and gotten to at least item level 440.
Wow.
Actually,
But,
it might be 445.
Aren't there some crafting abilities from alchemists that might help other crafting?
Maybe?
Alright.
I mean, you could also use them for extreme trials, but they're not really necessary for that.
So, like, what are the potions mostly good for then?
So,
Drinking.
you only use you only use the ones that increase your intelligence, strength, mind, or dexterity, depending on your class. Like as a healer, you would use the mind potions.
Okay.
You pop them at the right around the second or third GCD. Well, third, somewhere around, between second and before the fourth GCD in your opener in a raid.
GCD?
Global cooldown.
Oh, okay.
And every class has its own unique opener. Yours probably looks something like dot, glare, 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 glare. Because white mage is stupid simple, but
I'm going to assume I know exactly what you're talking about with that.
so the potions increase your damage potential for 30 seconds. Or at least the current rate here ones increase your damage for 30 seconds.
Alas,
And
our minds are not.
you use them when they will align with raid buffs. Especially the ninja ability Trick Attack, because that ability is stupid overpowered and should be removed from the game, so that they can actually balance ninja to be useful on its own merits. Because no one wants to use ninja in Shadowbringers because ninja isn't fun and it's really complicated and doesn't do good damage. Because it has Trick Attack, and basically you're just a bot for Trick Attack because you make the boss take 10% more damage for 10 seconds.
Ooh.
Every minute. So you increase everyone's DPS by 10%. Isn't that lovely? Unless, of course, you have to be the poor ninja that has to keep that Trick Attack alignment up perfectly.
The sarcasm is raining down.
Yes, ninja, really. It's supposed to get a rework with 5.1. Which should be coming out later this month. So, there is that.
I do not propose to trade one tyranny for another.
Also, Summoner's getting another rework. Like, they got reworked with 5.0. Now they're getting reworked again because the rework they released with 5.0 doesn't work. So they have to rework them in 5.1 so that they're not miserable to play, because the class is... It has 3 different parts to it, and they don't interact very well.
Not that I deny there is truth in what you say, nor can I rightly claim that Ul'dah is ready to fight. Refugees flood our gates, and beastmen swarm our land, while the great and the good do nothing. My flames struggle to bear the burden. I put on a grand show at the Remembrance Service.
But yes, you won't worry about potions until post level 80. And then, even then, only if you're doing Savage Raids.
Do not blame yourself.
So,
Well, I mean,
I do have...
You said only
Go
what
ahead,
good
Will.
Go ahead.
people needed to hear.
No, I'm
have done the
moving on to a
same.
different topic, so if you got questions about what he's currently talking about, go ahead.
Oh, just my only question is, I mean, it increases your intelligence and whatnot. That really isn't good for other situations? Really not?
So I've got a grade 2 Tincture of Strength in my inventory right now. It increases my strength by 10% up to a maximum of 339. For 30 seconds. It has a cooldown of 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh, so you're pretty much, you pop it once during the battle, and that's pretty much it for 90% of all of your encounters?
No. In a Savage Raid, I'll pop 2 to 3 of these throughout the course of the encounter.
Well, I'm talking about just like a standard. Like, if I wanted to use it in an instance.
Well, you would never use a potion in an instance, they're too easy.
Oh, okay.
You use tinctures and potions when you're going into something that has a DPS check. So if you can't, if there's a chance that you can't do enough DPS to clear the fight, this is how you increase your DPS to be able to get it to that point. Or if you're speedrunning, which you only speedrun as Savage Raids and Extreme Trials, you use these.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So, and the other component to that is they're really expensive.
Oh, okay. That would be the more limiting factor then.
Yeah, they go from anywhere between 4,000 to 6,000 per tincture,
Ooh,
depending on which server you go to.
None among
On
us
well,
ever
on
doubted
our
that
data
the
center.
Empire
So
would
question
one
though,
day
is it
resume its
profitable to
glory.
make them
We
or no?
scarcely had means enough to solve the problems of the present.
Can be.
It is-
Midgard Summer is one of the more expensive data centers in the sense that
Aye.
it's
Which
more
is why we
expensive
look
to
others to safeguard our
buy them
future
if you're
as
from a
signs of the
Midgard Summer
seventh
market
dawn.
board.
Alas, they are
So
gone.
if you're selling them on a Midgard Summer, yes, they can be profitable. When they're most profitable to sell is when you gather all the materials yourself,
Right.
which means you're going to want to level up gatherers.
Alphinaud,
I would recommend leveling up
Ophelia,
alchemists like
and
last
seven
as far as
hells.
crafters go.
Master Garland?
Master Garland?
And you, dear friend.
Who shall be remain nameless?
The other crafter, one of the other crafters that's kind of in the same vein as alchemist, but not quite as bad, is culinarian because they just make food.
Right.
Hear
And
me,
so,
my friends.
yeah.
Accepting the Garleans' offer to vanquish the primals would be folly.
But, you know, robe lettuce
Folly,
salad
I
is
say.
quite expensive. The
For
thing
might
is,
not the
I've
answer
got
to
a
the
stack of
primal
16 in
threat.
here
Indeed,
with
the more the
squadron
Empire
rationing
exerts
manuals.
its strength, the worse
A
matters will become.
single robe lettuce salad will last for 45 minutes.
Primals enter this world
So,
when mortals call upon
I go
them,
through like
and
3 of these
mortals
per
are
raid
wont
night.
to appeal to a higher power when they are desperate.
And people
Nothing
sell
is
them in
more
stacks of
certain
10
to breed
on
desperation
Midgard
in the
Stormer,
beast
so
tribes than the Garleans'
yeah.
proposed solution.
Food buffs are not as
The true
profitable
answer
as
lies in
potions.
lasting peace. But the
You don't go
Garleans
through
only
as
know
much
war
food.
and conquest. Should Eorzea fall into their hands, there will be such suffering as none can imagine.
We are not blind to the many challenges
Whereas
that
with
each of your
potions,
nations face.
every pull
Yet
of a
you must
raid
not
boss
give in.
when I'm using potions
Aye. Remember 5 years ago
will
when you wagered
be a
all for the
guaranteed
sake
use
the
of a
realm?
potion.
Remember what you fought for.
Possibly
What you
more.
were willing to die
Okay,
for.
interruption. When they say, remember 5 years ago, that's during technically 1.0, right?
Yes,
The end
that would be
of
1.0.
Got it.
They're typically referring to the end of 1.0
Mm-hmm.
or the Cataclysm, where basically bad stuff.
Right.
Yes, the
Come
other
When all
term
heck
would
broke
be
loose.
We scions
Yes.
will
the
never give
rejoining
up the fight, and
is
so
the
I bid
Ascian's
you
term for
stand
it.
with us, and together we
The
shall safeguard the future of the realm.
the game doesn't call it a cataclysm. What do they call it?
A great man once
Calamity.
said that
Yeah,
a shrewd
that's the one.
merchant
Calamity.
grasps not
It's
for
the was it the 6th or the 7th
Say,
Emerald Calamity?
I want to say 6 because we're now
Your
in the
words
7th stage.
stir and
Yes,
show
I think it was the
I know
6th.
full well that all we have,
Maybe it
we
was
owe.
7th though. I can't. You learn
We
all about
Dodonians have no
all
love
the
for
mechanics of
war.
everything in Shadowbringers, so
Right.
Yet we have still
Shadowbringers
less for those who would
explains
threaten our homeland.
everything
Ever
we're going to
have we
need to
fought
know
to
before the
protect those
Garlemald
things
invasion.
we hold dear,
Got it.
and this shall never change.
Duh.
I just want to be a
Donya
member
will
of the
go
Empire.
to war. We will fight the Empire.
You might get your chance.
Well, no, okay. I know this is not going to mean anything to Farrell, but
Mm.
there is a, I guess you would say, parlay that occurs near the
Ah.
end of Stormblood, and I'm just like, I just want to
So-
join sides with you.
With
Sorry, I had to join in the joyous laughter.
so well, you know where we were going with location-wise for Shadowbringers, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So basically, all the plot lines that were happening at the end of Stormblood, as far
I
as like
lost
the
one
war,
homeland. The thought of
completely
losing
severed.
another blunted my resolve.
in continuity at least. Like, they just dropped all those, left them, and
But
took
no
us
man
there
knows better than
to this
I
other
that if
location,
you want
and
off,
just
you'll
picked up a
best
new
be ready to
plot
die
with all the
for
other
with
stuff,
great danger comes the
shove
chance for
that
great
and
glory
expose
and great
all
profit.
the lore about world mechanics.
How many times have we
So-
fallen into
The war is moving at the speed of plot, or it's over and done?
Reckless. A lot of you, like bloody pirates.
somewhere in between the
on
two.
account of being a
Wow.
pirate myself. Those who would pick a quarrel with us, let the Garleans come. The united strength of
And
Linsa
we did get little,
Loensa.
they did give us, you know, little flashes to some stuff that's happening
If our realm is
in
to be free of
Eorzea,
the control of darkness,
but we were, it's like
Arr.
everything that we were doing was not happening in Eorzea.
So now, what are they
Oh, yeah.
burning?
Those
We
are
must
letters
needs
from Gaius
consider how the weapon may be brought to
saying,
bear against us.
surrender
Maelstrom
or
will
we kill
secure
you all with the
strategic
ultimate weapon.
points along the coast.
Oh, that's a good
In
thing
the
to burn.
meantime, the flames will deploy at
This is their way of saying, screw you guys. We're going to go kick down your front gate.
you pray leave the military
So you're gonna have a few more cutscenes, and then we're going to
sides.
go
We will
kill
send blood
a
anon.
person.
A
and then we're
nun?
gonna
Who
go
was a
do-
nun?
Hmm?
Who was a nun? Never mind.
Okay.
Don't-
I'm
don't
not
wor-
Sure if you're.
Don't
that a
worry
joke?
about it. Yes, that was a joke. Don't worry about
Okay.
It went over your head. Don't worry.
it. Yep.
I mean, there are a lot of people who get hung up on the older language.
Oh no 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 no! I know what a non means. I do.
Okay.
I was just joking. There is the reference for that is Jeff Dunham with Ahmed the Dead Terrorist, and there is a part where there's one show where Ahmed's son shows up.
We're supposed to be going to the Waking Sands.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so you got
So-
miners and goldsmiths here still. But anyway, so with Ahmed's son, he goes, "But I don't want to do that at all." And he goes, "At all? Who is at all?" Oh, yeah, we gotta go this way, huh?
Yes, west.
I think that kind of reminds me of an old Abbott and Costello bit. I think it is. But I remember one point where they're talking, and I don't know. Somehow they get into Iran. I've got to stand. You've got to stand. I ran. I walked. I'll have to see if I can find a YouTube clip of it and post it in the Discord because I'm not doing it justice.
Abbott and Costello are so funny. It's a shame we don't have them around anymore.
Hold up. I had an unwanted guest on my leg.
Ooh, bugs.
Yeah, I know. I don't get him too bad in here.
You should see what you need to do to get that quest from Swargheim by the Fountain Plaza at some point.
Yeah, we'll do that after this.
Okay. She does give you all the glamour quests and whatnot, so if you want to be fashionable.
Popular. I wanna be popular.
In all reality, you probably just don't want to look like you're wearing the Realm Reborn pre-50 gear, because pre-50 gear
I
is...
cannot well express
You
my
sound like a furt nerd snob.
close to surrender.
Oh, you can't use the base skin because
No.
then you look like a noob, and then all the expert players
No,
feel
no,
bad when
no,
they kill
no,
the noob.
No, that's not... No, it's just the Realm Reborn pre-50 gear
But the
looks
fire in their hearts
terrible.
has been rekindled.
It's the
And
game
they
has
will
so
fight
many
to the
options to
last.
make you look absolutely cool,
warmth
awesome,
inside.
spectacular.
Did you
And
feel
then
it too,
they-
grandfather?
Make you go through the first 50 levels looking like you're a hobo.
You want to know what other game has a lot of stuff that makes you look fantastically cool and awesome and fabulous?
Almost all of them.
I would know, sir.
Fertnert.
Was that your power at work earlier?
See, Pharaoh, I'm listening to this, and all I'm
Nothing of the
hearing
sort.
is
The
Operator
leaders of
declaring
Eorzea had
himself
lost
a
their
basic
way.
grandpa.
I merely helped them to find
A
the
basic
game.
what? You cut out there.
A basic grandpa.
Ah.
Back in my day, we had style. All the men wore hats and all the women wore skirts.
I mean, you mentioned Fertnert, and you got to go back
hello.
to when I think
Yes,
last
our
time
party
Pharaoh
returned
played
just
Fert.
a moment ago. How close are you?
Do you know that story, Operator?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so the only two people I actually play Fortnite with is my brother and his
And your
son.
nephew.
Yes. So last time I was playing with my nephew, he had his buddy on voice chat, and he's just like, why do you?
This sounds familiar. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah,
if
he
it
was.
That was last time.
Yeah, he was raising me for having the basic base skin, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't put any money in this. He goes, well, good players that kill people in the new skins, they feel bad. And I just simply stated that is my goal, to make people who kill me feel the absolute most horrible they possibly can. And I like my role.
It's all right, Sid.
Yeah, no.
We must needs
Fashion
plan our next
14's all
move.
about.
Pray
Okay,
continue
I'm bored.
liaising with you.
I've completed every savage raid. What do I do now?
Right.
You need me to be.
I can either
We
roll an
haven't a
alt and
moment to
go
waste.
complete every
All
savage
right,
raid
Let's do this.
on my alt, or I can go make myself look better. Okay.
Or you could play another game.
You have other games?
Pharaoh, that's crazy talk.
Apparently. I will openly state, though, I am pretty excited to try out Phantasy Star Online 2 next year. I am pretty excited to try that out. I am going to try that out. I will give it a go. Yes, I know it's free to play, yada yada, blah blah.
I played it on the Japanese servers.
Oh, you did?
Episodes 1, yeah. I started playing a week after launch. I would have started playing on launch day if I had been at my home where I had the computer. And for the first few years it was great, except for issues with endgame. It's never really gotten a good endgame, as far as I can tell. And then they implemented episode 4, where you go to the real world and go to Japan, and it's just anime schoolgirl fan service. it just totally ruined the game's story.
Oh.
Like, episodes 1 through 3 were great. You've got Dark Fowls, you're beating him up, you're taking on the Profound Darkness, you're dealing with all of that, and then we get to episode 4 and they decide, okay, we're going to make an anime, and we're going to tie it into the actual game story. And so for an entire year, the story's going to be complete and utter garbage, and we're only going to barely start to redeem it towards the end of the storyline, and make it tie in with something that was basically an irrelevant plot point in the first 3 episodes, and then in episode 5, yeah, we're just going to finish trying to make it episode 4 relevant and clean up the story again, so that maybe episode 6 could possibly be good. It was that bad, and episode 5 was not good either.
So do you think the North America version's going to follow the same thing too, or are they going to rework the whole thing?
I don't see how they could not. Like, there's no way Sega could just, like, completely rewrite episodes 4 and 5. It wouldn't work. And I'm pretty sure they're just going to launch it current with its, current to the Japanese version, is what I was understanding from the trailer. So, I
As
might
am
play it
sure you are
just to see
aware,
how they translate
the
it.
realm was saved from certain doom
But
5 years ago by heroes known as the Warriors of Light.
It'll
Yeah.
also be interesting to see what rating
What you
it
may
gets,
not
because
be
there were some
aware of
scenes
is
where I
that
was like,
while many
turn off the
feats in
monitor.
service to the Scions have prompted folk to
Oh
make
man.
certain
Yeah, all I
comparisons.
gotta say is, speaking of just blatant fan service, I am actually really excited to get
Like, okay, so there were some
You're
scenes in
excited
episode.
for Science to make another appearance?
No, I am excited for Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE to come out on the Switch.
There were actually some scenes in episode
I
4
must
where the characters
confess,
involved,
you do
given their
remind
age,
me of them.
in the United States, it could be considered child pornography.
Oh, is it like a bath scene or?
There were some bath scenes, but there was a scene where a kid came out of the computer nude, and you
Ooh.
see his backside.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, turn off the
Yet
monitor.
remember this, however glorious the past,
And so,
it is the hero's lot to be judged on the
yeah.
deeds of the present. A new darkness threatens
That's
the
where
realm, and the people
brings
cry
in
out for a
creative
savior.
censoring.
Yeah, I'm like, how exactly are we going to censor this in the US
I
version?
believe that you are she,
Are we
a
just gonna
warrior
like,
of light,
maybe he
here
comes
in
out
the
in his
present,
underwear?
guided by the crystal's will. Come, my friends, let us fight to
But
safeguard
yeah,
the
it's just
future of our beloved
PSO2,
Eorzea.
I had high hopes for it going into it, but they never really figured out the end game because... So, the original problem with the end game was there was no real reason to go and
Oof.
find item drops.
All right. Well, I got 3 levels to get up right now, so.
Okay, so we'll start with a duty rat.
Well, let me grab that. Let me grab that quest first.
Yes, if you can. Well, you probably can't because it was red, but so it started off. The issue was your loot went up to 9 stars, and no one really went and hunted loot like they did in the original PSO. The reason being that you could just get up a bunch of gil, or not gil, meseta is the PSO currency. Oh yes, that's the Orm Vale quest. Fun. God. So you just get a bunch of money set up, and you do this by you just run around the area, run around one of the free exploration areas, and the person I was pointing out a quest is the one I'm standing next to, by the way. So you just run around one of the free exploration areas, and these free exploration areas could have up to 16 people in them, or was it 12? I think it was 12.
Oh yeah, I cannot get that.
I just was wanting you to look at the requirements because I think it's one of the glamour-related quests. And what you would do is you would...
Oh, Disciple of the Hand.
Ah, that's right.
Alchemist.
So what you would do is you would go around and you would get something called a PSC burst leveled up. Basically, you just killed enemies until it started it. And then once you started it, enemies would start spawning like crazy. And so you just cluster everyone in the map so that they don't spawn next to you. And once they started spawning next to you, you just start killing them over and over. And then they would start dropping all kinds of weapons and meseta and items, and sometimes even a couple of rare items. And so then you take all the weapons, because they'd all be like 1 to 6 star weapons, and you just take them to your local vendor on your transport ship, and you'd sell them for a few thousand gil, or meseta. And when I'm talking a few thousand, I mean like hundreds of thousands were fairly easy to make. So PSO2 had a rampant inflation problem.
Oh, right.
At its launch. And then so what they did to do that was they took everything they do with the vendor, prices of items and prices on like the prices that you sold them, they chopped off the last 0, and then there were a couple of other things they did. Like nerfing PSC bursts and a couple of other things, I think. Though, I think the PSC burst nerf came later after the introduction of advanced quests, which were another attempt at endgame, which was kind of bad in its own right. People would go into an advanced quest and they just sit and they'd get a PSC burst going and they'd just chain one after another. And so they what they did eventually was they nerfed the PSC burst by changing the way enemies spawned so that they wouldn't just keep spawning in the same spot. So, because what people would do is they'd get a Force, and the Force is the magic user in the game.
Right.
And the Force would just spam an AoE tech, and tech magic is called text because it's sci-fi.
Right.
And they would just spam like Rafoy over and over and over, and it would hit the same spot, and enemies would be dying as soon as they spawned in.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
And so you just do that over and over and over and over and over. And that was how you farmed the advanced quests.
Ooh.
So going back to the economy issue, problem was you could sell 9-star rarity weapons on the player markets. Problem with that is it means no one really has any incentive to go out and grind the rarest weapons. They just get someone else, buy someone else's.
All right, so question. Do you want to do this dungeon, or do you just want to do a standard?
You can't do that one yet, so let's do the leveling roulette. You need to be 47 for that.
Oh, okay.
And so, after they nerfed the inflation, the next big way of making money was you had these things called client orders, where you go talk to an NPC and they give you basically a quest. And so you'd go talk to this NPC.
Hawk Manor.
His name was.
Hold up. Have I been here before?
Yes, you have.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
His name translated to Clotho in the fan patch, and he would give you a set of client orders for the time attack. What do you call it? Quests, exploration missions, and so they came to be known as tacos. TAC, time attack client orders.
Tacos?
Yes, I thought you might like that. So everyone would run those. They've retuned those a bit, but last time I played, they were still the best way to make money. So the initial issue with those was you needed multiple people to be able to run them, because you couldn't solo them. And I should have a summon out. Wrong summon.
Oh, so going back to my question that I had.
Yes, be careful over that. Yes.
Have they released any more edgy glamour?
Was there any eggy glamour?
Any more?
Yep. Was there ever any to begin with?
There was a Ramu eggy.
I was not aware of this, and I've not heard of any more. But going back to PSO, so the main source of income became those. Initially, you had to have a group of people to run them. Eventually, they saw, okay, this is a problem, so what we're going to do is we're going to make it some changes so that you can solo these, which was nice, and I was quite grateful for that. So then making money was, you had a stable way of doing it. But the real way to make money in PSO, or in PSO2, was always to, so you know how in Final Fantasy 14 you can just walk up and the only requirement to use the market board, or to sell stuff on the market board, is to have a retainer.
Right.
In PSO2, you have to pay real money.
Wow.
Or there is a special currency that you can earn for free called Fun. And if you win the Fun lottery, there's a scratch-off ticket you can buy with the Fun points. And they allow you to have a chance to get a 3-day pass for the shop, to allow you to use the shop. And so, that is one of the problems the game has.
Uh-huh.
In my eyes, that's just a straight-up flaw. So you do have that issue. So making money as a free player is not so easy, but then again, the items that sell the most on the PSO2 markets were items that you bought with the premium currency called ARX Cash, abbreviated to AC for short.
Right.
And you would buy up a bunch of ARX Cash, and then you would go buy these scratch tickets for cosmetic items. And then you would sell these cosmetic items on the player shops for like about 200,000 meseta a piece, which is a lot of meseta, actually, in that economy. And then, so to fix the issue they were having with people not farming their loot, just buying it, they implemented a very funny thing. They said, so from now on, you're not going to be able to buy 10-star weapons when they release 10-star weapons. They said, yeah, you can't buy these. You have to find them yourself. Unless you pay for a 10-star weapon trade ticket.
Oh.
Now, eventually you were able to earn 10-star weapon trade tickets, but at that point, they had already released 11 and 12-star weapons. So, yeah, there was that element. Oh, and this also applied to the armor units, which, that's not important or anything for surviving an endgame.
Right.
Not at all. Oh, yeah, and then, so they had this absolutely garbage random system. So in order to improve your gear, and you would have to grind up the element on weapons, which really wasn't that bad eventually. It used to be really bad, but they eventually got it to a point where it wasn't too bad. But then they had the affix system, which is a mess so complicated I cannot really explain it adequately, but basically you had to get, so with each new tier of content difficulty that came out, you had to get more and more, or in order to be able to survive and deal adequate damage, you had to have more and more affixes than the previous content tier. And to get these affixes, so like the rate of success of getting a new affix on a weapon, so from going from 5 to 6, would drop your likelihood of success on getting the affix to go by like 50%, and there's a high probability of losing it entirely, or of losing an affix or more. So you could go from 5 to 3 and have to start all over again. So being a nice company, Sega decided, okay, we see how painful this is, so we're going to implement these items that you can buy with premium currency to, that's right, guarantee success rates.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah. Don't let it take that back. So, they had that problem. And by the time you were in extreme difficulty and ultimate difficulty, you basically had to have 6, 7, 8 affixes somewhere around there. And don't get me wrong, if it weren't for these elements, the game would be fine. Like, if it was a subscription-based MMO, like this game, and it had these elements, no one would play it.
Right.
But because it's free to play, it has to have these elements. Oh, and by the way, if you screw up your skill tree, be prepared to pay real money to fix it. Basically, if you screw up your skill tree, you have to buy you're going to want to buy a new one. Screw up your mag, yeah, you're gonna want to buy a new mag. Oh, with premium currency, of course. The only way to get a new mag, premium currency. But hey, they did you get enough character slots to have a character for each type of attack, because they did do something really nice, actually. They simplified stats, and there is no accuracy stat.
Huh.
So what you've got is striking attack, ranged attack, and tech attack. And you have dexterity and a defense stat for each of the attacks.
Oh, okay.
So it's very simple, and dexterity just increases your minimum damage. So if you have a damage range of 7,000 to 9,000, dexterity makes it so that your damage range is perhaps 8,000 to 9,000. So, but probably not that drastically. So basically, dexterity was not a very good stat. You always use one of the other 3 attacks on your mag was always spec 100% into one of the 3 attacks. And if you made a mistake and got an extra point, they did eventually add some very, very expensive items that you could get at level cap, and only at level cap, to reduce the level on your mag, or the specific level, I should say. I can't remember if it was a specific attack type level, or if it was just the lowest level stat got de-leveled by 1. But it did it fixed the issue with mags, where you could accidentally get like 1 point of dexterity and ruin your 150 or 200 point attack mag.
Intriguing.
Yeah. Basically, the more I look back on it, PSO was a typical free-to-play thing.
Yeah. That's kind of what I figured it's going to be. I mean, I've played a couple free-to-play ones. I played Neo Steam, Cloud9, played MapleStory for a very short amount of time. But yeah, just overall, it was just kind of annoying.
Yeah, the game does give you a lot of free stuff to help with a lot of the RNG mechanics. So it's actually really interesting. When they launched the game, there was one. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit return.
Oh yeah.
There was one vendor. His English name was translated to Doo-Doo. Yeah. Or his name was translated to Doo-Doo by the English patch team. And he was the one that did all the grinding. Oh yeah, by the way, weapons have to be ground from +0 to +10. Yeah. Huge random factor there, because you do that, and then there's a chance of failure at each stage, basically. And with the original weapons they implemented, it was really bad. They did eventually implement weapons they call new type weapons, which you can tell if they're a new type weapon because they'll have NT abbreviated at the end of their name. And these weapons ground differently, but going back to the original weapons for just a second, the original weapons, you would grind them to 10, and you'd have a very high likelihood of failure on the higher levels of grind. and then you would spend photon crystals to reset their grind back to 0 and unlock a special ability on the weapon. And you could do that up to 3 times depending on the weapon. And so when they released the new type weapons, they just said, okay, we're just going to let you take it up to plus 35.
Huh.
And what you're going to do is, instead of having a chance to fail, no, we're not going to do that. What we're going to need to do is you're going to grind other weapons. You're going to take other weapons, and you're going to grind them into the new type weapon. And then, it's going to cost a lot of grinders, and for the last 5 levels, it has to be a duplicate weapon. So PSO, it did have a lot of grind to it.
Shoot.
If you were a free player. They did hand out a lot of free grind protection items, a lot of free success rate items, and every time they did a major patch, they would hand out a skill tree reset pass to reset all of your skill trees.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not... It's not every update. It's an update to the skill tree specifically.
Right.
So you get one, if I was being generous, I'd say about every 6 months? 6 to 8 months. It was not the most common thing to get.
2-player commendations.
Good. I figured they might be in a team together.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I'm actually fading right now. I need to get to bed. So, all right. So, yeah, I'm just... Oh, yeah. Teleport. Gotta teleport. Gotta get that bonus.
And don't forget to leave the party before you log off.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, you stay in my party until I kick you.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, sorry to dash your, hopes for PSO2. It is,
Well, I mean, honestly, it didn't really dash my hopes for PSO2. It's more of a reality check.
Yeah, the game, it's probably going to get, like, a 6.8 to 7.5 by most review sites.
Right. Yeah.
You weren't dashing his hope, you were tempering it.
Don't
Reminding...
get your hopes up for an amazing game. Get your...
You get my hopes up for a free-to-play. For a free-to-play MMORG, which was standard free-to-play MMORG jankiness.
It just... I had high hopes going into it that it would be a fun... That was okay. But... the free-to-play elements ultimately ended up ruining it for me.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, that's kind of how it was for me with Cloud9. Cloud9 was actually really good at the onset, but then after a couple months, they started introducing these, like, announcements where you could pay to blast an announcement on everyone's game board. So, like, you'd see these things popping up on this side of the screen, just... I'm like, what is this?
And,
this is stupid.
I've got a high tolerance for the free-to-play stuff. If it hadn't been for the story going off the deep end, I could have stuck with the game. But then they did that, and I'm like, bye.
Right.
Episodes 1 through 3 were cool. They were great. I loved them. Episodes 4 and 5, you're dead to me.
All right, let's see here. Checking out who to raid. You know what? Let's raid Blingy Boy. Let's raid Martin Luther Bling. He's got a sore tailbone, and it looks like I don't know what he's playing right now. But anyway, we're gonna raid him. I'm out of here for tonight. Quick end because I'm like stupid tired. So anyway, tomorrow night we will be playing the Untitled Goose Game. So lots of honking. And if we finish that, we will go immediately into Final Fantasy VII, which I know, Operator, you are wanting to see
yes.
that.
So I will not be watching Goose Game, but if you put like a ping in Discord, I'll see that and come watch Final Fantasy VII when that starts.
But you don't want to see Goose Game?
I don't want it spoiled because I want to play it for myself.
Oh, okay, got it. Cool.
And I've got
I've
got one
no
of those
idea
memories.
What Goose Game is.
So I've got one of those memories where it's like I'm going to remember all the puzzles and solutions, and then it won't be fun for me.
That is legit. But wait, William, you don't know what Goose Game is?
Is it like the duck game?
Yes.
You go around
Duck
as a
game with
goose, and you steal people's food, and you
be
keys,
the
and you lock them
biggest
out of
jerk
places,
on the face of the
and
planet.
You destroy property, and
But
For
the duck game is like a Smash clone, right?
No. Wrong game.
This is not a Smash clone.
This is the Untitled Goose Game.
But wouldn't that be a title?
No, I know. Don't ask. It's made by a company called House.
Yeah, it's an indie game. It's about. Arlo said it was about 4 hours long in his review. I recommend checking that out.
Yeah. Will, if you want to, just check out last Saturday's stream.
Or that.
Yeah, I played it last Saturday, so if you want to check that out, it's quite humorous. You'll get all caught up. I mean, I'm moving on to a new area, so it's not like I'm halfway through an area. I'm pretty much going to be in the new area starting tomorrow.
Okay.
So anyway, Goose Game, then Final Fantasy VII, Operator. I will make sure to ping when I switch games.
Okay.
Make sure that happens. So we're going to raid Martin Luther Bling, good friend of the channel. He was here last night. Yep, that's about it. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Good night, Isaiah Norris, wherever you are.
Wherever you are.
Good night, Isaiah.
All right.
Another one.
All right, we're out of here. Rating now.